All right, this is KevinSvensonCrypto, where we defy tyranny. Oh man, we were just at 50,000. So yeah, Bitcoin hit $50,000 today. Hasn't been there in a couple of years, I believe. Oh yes, it's March 2022, somewhere around that time. It didn't even actually hit it then. It was really December. But yeah, things are looking bullish. A lot of great positivity out there. I think there was some news with some ETFs that were positive. And then apparently Biden, somebody on his team tweeted laser eyes, which has Bitcoin connotations. I don't know. He's just trying to remain relevant for the election, really. He doesn't know anything about Bitcoin, doesn't understand it. But yeah, it's looking. My problem is it's looking a little bit too strong. I don't want to say like that's like a negative thing. That's great and all, but we're basically getting ready to make another loop into the oversold territory. We could probably come up a little bit more. One of my targets before was a 52,000, so I could see us hitting that area about 52K. Let's see. Let us see. Yeah, our next like kind of resistance zones. Yeah, 51. We're bouncing around the 50 to 51 range for a good couple times. 53,000. The previous two peaks where we were consolidating for those few months, like that's the resistance we're basically hitting. And once we reclaim that, that's going to be great. But I think we might make a run to 52, 53, and then we'll get rejection, and then come back down to one of these moving averages. It might be more like 35, 36, 37K. I still think we're going to maybe even tag 31 by March, April. Maybe a little bit after the halving or a little bit before. Enjoyed the run. I think this is great, but I'm a little bit reserved with it. I don't know what to think. I really don't want us to go too hard right now, because if we break up and go for the all-time high, say by like March, it's going to start looking a little bit like maybe this cycle is going to be quicker, and we might run a little too quickly. But previous projections, I don't know if we're going to hit 31K anymore. It still can happen. I'm getting a little bit more reserved about it. But this run's starting to look kind of parabolic, kind of like one of these moves. And if we go too strong too fast, we're going to fall fast. And we don't really want that. We want a slow, concise move. So, at the very least, we're probably going to have another shot to get in around 42K, 40 to 42. Even if we do go for 53,000, or even if we go to 69,000, nice. I would say a move back down to 42 to 44,000, somewhere in that range, would be in the cards for another 20% correction. But yeah, everything's looking pretty good. Hopefully you're in the markets, because you really don't want to be sitting this out. You probably still have till the halving, a couple more months to get in some good positions. Probably there's 6 months to kind of get in. Your blue chips are going to probably still run 5-10x, but if you're sitting here in a year from now and you're trying to get into the market and make money and buy coins, you're going to have to really buy low cap, high risk stuff, and it's just too late, really. You might well still be. I'm going to probably still be playing around in the markets, trying to buy new stuff just for fun. But right now is when you build that foundation and let the building, come on up and see what happens to it. But I was looking at my previous Elliott wave structures are not really working out, so I readjusted them, because I did have it to where, let's see if I can find it. I don't know which chart it was I was looking at. Hello. Changes you made may not be saved. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, so I made a previous Elliott wave structure. This was a while back. I probably didn't want to go that far down, but this is kind of what I was thinking was going to happen, to give us more time to get into the market. But this market's obviously pretty strong. So, and I don't know if we're actually making this next impulse up, or the pulse we're in right now might be the first wave. and then we'll come back down to that 37 to 40,000 area, make another run up to maybe 120, fall back down to 70 or 80,000, then go back up for one more. It's possible. You could also look at it like this is one wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one more. And if these are the two waves, Elliott wave, you have 3 waves up, 2 waves down, in a trend. So if this is one wave, it's 2 wave, come back down, we only have one more wave possibly, and that would put us at the end of 2024. So I guess I'm a little bit more reserved and slightly worried that 2024 might be the top of the market at the end of the year. So just want to keep an eye on that. We want things to kind of be a little bit more concise. Like, I want the market to slow down personally. I also want to be able to get in some better positions, but it looks like this, the markets are running and they're starting to run pretty hot. But it's exciting. I think the next year you're definitely fine. It's just I don't know when this thing's going to end. So I like trying to think ahead. So let's see what happens there. But altcoins are really running pretty hard today. Ordinals, Beam. I don't know much about Beam. Don't much with Sats. Optimism was running. I actually got rid of my Optimism. I have Arbitrum, more into that. Zero knowledge rollups, I think ZK Sync. Apparently that's related to Polygon. I think Ethereum and Polygon, I think, are going to make the next moves. Ethereum pretty much already retested its base. And once Ethereum runs, that's when the other altcoins will start running. Layer 1s like Atom, Cosmos may start running. Cardano, Tezos. Let's see, Ethereum. I haven't done much technical analysis on Ethereum, mainly because it's been relatively dry. It's just not been very exciting. While we wait for this thing to load, I don't know why this is taking so long. But yeah, markets are looking good. Actually, I was pretty pleased that I mainly watched the Super Bowl last night to see if there's going to be any crypto commercials, and I don't think there was any crypto commercials. And that tells me that there's not much euphoria, there's not much hype. Things are still calm. We're still at the beginning of a bull market. Now, next year, if you start seeing a bunch of crypto ads and everything's crazy, then you might be like, oh, is this a top? But if next year comes around and you're still not getting a whole lot of ads, maybe get another year, That's when, okay, end of 2025 might be. It's just when you start seeing the media talk about it, when you see The Simpsons or South Park, anything like that, those are the warning signs that you're at the top of the market. When family members you barely talk to are trying to talk to you about it, when you hear people on the street when you drive by. I remember I was in LA and the markets were pretty hot. It was around the time that Elon Musk got onto the Doge, got on the Saturday Night Live talking about Doge, and I was like really into Cardano. Polygon was running, and I was driving down the street and there's a cafe to my right, and I heard people talking about Dogecoin or something like that. And I was like, put my hand out the window. I was like, no, Cardano. But like, that should have been like, yo, this is the top. The thing is, like, back then I was really thinking that I was basing it on the 4-year cycle. And the first peak did happen about right there. Then we had a big dip and then a second peak, the double peak. But I mean, I should have taken profit right there. But it's just when you see those vibes, that's when you want to start being really careful and start edging out, probably. At least take some profit, Especially if you're in right now and you're looking like a lot of profit, a lot of gains already, and then just be smart. But Ethereum is just now it's basically breaking out of its bear market. Like, it's very Bitcoin already kind of made its moves out. Ethereum has not made its disbelief rally yet. Ethereum has been quiet, and I think it's about to go for 3,000, probably the 3,000 area. I don't think we're going to go down to this 2,200 area again, maybe ever, possibly, because we're very consolidated. We pushed against this area for like a year and a half. We just consolidated for 4 months on it, and we're about to break out of it. Now it'd be kind of cool actually if we get rejection and get a little more time to build a position, but this thing's ready to rip. And when it does, I don't think I've made a calculated move here. This is going to be pretty rudimentary. Let's see. Triangles. Yeah, so this would be something close to where the target's back to the top. I mean, we can make them run all the way up to the top of the previous market, 3,800, 4,000. Maybe we don't go to 40. I believe the top of Ethereum is 40, almost 5,000. So we might make a move up to like at least like 3,800 to 4,200 maybe, and then fall back down to 33,000, maybe 2,600, where we're at right now, and then pull up. Yeah, I really haven't. Have I done any other? Yeah, I really haven't projected what I think Ethereum is going to do. So we'll do a little bit of. Yeah, let's do some little fun math. All right, so first peak, let's say breakout to top, 8,000, almost 9,000% on the first bull run. Let's say this was the breakout. If we can get it up here, come on now. Ugh, come on. It's at 800%. It's not the greatest return. I mean, so like, what if we only get like 100%? I really hope it's more than that. This fun math probably is going to work out. We'll call this the breakout. Let's see. I was going to say we half. First one was 1,000%. That was 10,000%. Was 1,000%. So I would say 400 to 500% for the next top. I'd say minimally 10,000. I mean, something around that. Even if we go up just to 100%, you're still looking at pretty good gains with Ethereum. I would say 400 to 500%. So you're looking at. Sorry, this isn't the best math, but just going off of how things may roll here. Yeah, I say 9,000 to 12,000 for Ethereum. And I wouldn't bank on much more than that. And it's possible that we would go all the way to like 20,000, like Bitcoin's first cycle. But I wouldn't expect it. Yeah, I just wouldn't. Be very careful when people start talking about crazy projections. Well, we'll investigate that further in the future. But once we break out of here, we'll probably be stopped at all-time highs before recharging back down to like 2,800, 3,000. But things might get pretty exciting for Ethereum here pretty soon. I'm actually thinking about going a little harder into my position there. But yeah, you could stake Ethereum on Exodus Wallet. I think it's at 5 or 6% now. It's at least 4%. Most staking is like 3 to 4 or 5% for Ethereum. Polygon, I think, was close to 6%. Atom is still like 17%. Ontology 17%. There's a free money basically. Like, so I'd say about in a year, the first things I'll be selling is probably my staking rewards and whatever I put in the markets. But having the staking rewards is a nice perk, very nice perk, and they actually compound on a lot of apps too. So I'll just add to like whatever you're getting staked. So it's pretty cool in that way. But yeah, I think Ethereum's going to run. One last thing I wanted to look at really quick: Bitcoin dominance. It might take a second to load. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see if we try to like make another run up to like 55% or something like that. I I don't know. I don't see. I'm seeing a downtrend on dominance. There's some bearish divergence happening. So unless we break this with conviction, I don't know what it would take for Bitcoin to really get more dominant. More like people would really start talking about it. And like we've got the ETF. We already got Biden posting about it. So that's kind of a top for Bitcoin dominance in my opinion. So I've been taking a lot of my Celsius, Bitcoin, and all that, and looking at Polygon, Link, Cardano, Algorand, HBAR. So just what I've been doing anyway. Solana too. I would like to see Solana correct, but I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like this thing's going to keep starting. I really was hoping to see some kind of big correction. Then we might get it. Still might get it, but for now it's not happening. But rejoice in the gains. A lot of good momentum out there. I'm thinking like we'll either cool off and correct relatively soon, or we'll keep running until the halving in April, and they'll get the correction then. So yeah, we'll have to see. Actually, we'll take a look at one more thing. Total market cap. See if that's topping. The Bitcoin alone did look a little toppy, and the oversold on the weekly RSI. Yeah, we're starting to get the total market cap is starting to look a little bit. We might make one more run to like maybe 2 trillion, and then we'll get a correction. And that would put us, yeah, about at the halving. So we're probably having our pre-halving run before a correction. Let's see if it's the same with our altcoins. Yeah, about the same. Breaking out. Yeah, the temporary 1.9 trillion for that. Oh yeah, things are looking saucy. That's for sure. For sure. Anyways, hang in there, huddle on. We'll check back in tomorrow, see what else is happening with the markets. But appreciate you stopping by. Smash the likes, hit subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you. Peace.